If you're interested in the history of video games, then Datalog is the resource for you. Our goal is simple: to build an archive of how classic games were actually made through the lens of the broader video gaming landscape, but also the individuals involved and the challenges they faced not only throughout each game's development, but when it came to their go-to-market strategies. We launched the channel with this goal at the end of last year, and our initial focus has been to dive into the chronological history of Japanese-developed role-playing games, because these games don't often get covered in a huge amount of detail anymore, and as sources get lost, studios close down, and staff from that generation retire, it becomes harder and harder to bring their incredible stories to life, which is why Datalog exists. As with any new endeavour, when we launched it was difficult to know how people would respond. But after wrapping up Season 1 just before the end of the year, we now have over 13,000 subscribers, and our videos have been watched over 350,000 times. Now though, it's time to lay out what we expect for the next phase of the channel, and how your support, either through watching our videos on YouTube or funding our initiative directly on Patreon, will help us to grow even more. Season 2 will move on to the next phase of Japanese-made role-playing games, the phase where the initial imitators of Dragon Quest were now established, and were even starting to iterate on their own initial efforts. Given the sheer scale of the task ahead of us though, with literally hundreds of games to cover across a multitude of franchises and consoles, we don't want there to be huge gaps between releases, and that takes a lot of time and effort, especially with how granular we like to get with the games we cover. There have been some questions around how we were able to produce so many high quality videos for Season 1 in such a short space of time. And the answer is simple: we have a full team working on this, with Chris and Colin leading research and script writing, and Jay and Patrick working on the video editing. I'm then there to provide general creative direction, while also editing each script and providing the voiceover. For Season 2, we aim to work at a similar pace, but to ensure it delivers as expected, we're going to be making a few tweaks. On YouTube, our aim is to have the first episode of Season 2, which will focus on Ys 2, go live towards the beginning of February, with episodes on Phantasy Star 2 and Ys 3 following at a regular cadence afterwards. This helps us to feed into the whims of the algorithm, providing ongoing value in a manner that's free to everyone. Patreon, however, will have a different cadence and extended content. Our plan is to have those 3 episodes launch first on Patreon all at the same time. So if you'd like to fund this kind of work, and also want to enjoy the perk of being able to binge what we hope will be around 1 to 2 hours of content, ad-free, without having to wait a few weeks, you'll have the option by heading to patreon.com/datalog. Alongside this, each episode will also have an extended cut, as well as relevant developer profiles where we delve more into the backstories of specific individuals in a manner that extends what the videos offer. For Season 2, we will also be producing a Patreon-exclusive full-length episode on Destiny of an Emperor, which will go live just ahead of the first 3 episodes. This then hopefully answers questions as to why we aren't covering certain games, and the answer is that we plan to cover as many games as possible, but ones that are a bit more niche in the eyes of YouTube at least will be Patreon-exclusive. So Destiny of an Emperor will join our full-length episode on Hyderlight, and over time, this Patreon-exclusive archive will only continue to grow. Once the YouTube cadence has caught up, we will then go live on Patreon with the next 3 episodes, before we wrap up the season with our fan-voted out-of-sequence episode and our 1988 mega cut. In short, if you'd like to help fund this kind of deep, source-based research into Japanese-made role-playing games, you can do so over at patreon.com/datalog, and in return, we hope to offer quite a few fun things. But no matter how you choose to support this endeavour, know that it's very much appreciated. And this channel will continue to document the histories of these games, studios and people, so they don't disappear and get forgotten. My name is Daryl, and I'll see you soon for Season 2 of Datalog.